Under a cold London bridge, on a piece of old cardboard, sat Daniel Carter. His coat was torn. His hands were shaking. His stomach was empty. Every day he held out a small cup, hoping someone would drop a few coins. Some people gave money. Some gave judgment. Most gave silence. At night, staring at the dark sky, Daniel would whisper to himself, "Is this all I'm meant to be?" He believed he was small, and when you believe you are small, you shrink your own future. The sentence that changed him. One rainy afternoon, a businessman stopped in front of him. Instead of giving money, he asked a question. "Do you think this is your final chapter?" Daniel looked confused. The man continued, "Your bank account is empty, but your mind isn't. Why are you thinking like a beggar?" That sentence hit Daniel harder than hunger ever had. Why am I thinking like a beggar? That night he didn't sleep. For the first time in years, he imagined something bigger, not survival, not begging, but success. That was the moment. Daniel decided to think big, thinking big with nothing. The next morning, Daniel didn't stretch out his cup. He stood up. Instead of asking for money, he began observing people carefully. He noticed office workers rushing every morning. No coffee shops nearby, long queues at the train station. An idea formed in his mind. He collected recyclable bottles for a week, sold them, saved every coin. With that money, he bought a small kettle, cheap coffee powder, and paper cups. The first day, he sold just 8 cups of coffee. It wasn't much, but it was more than begging. Because this time, he earned it. And more importantly, he believed in something bigger, when vision becomes bigger than fear. While others saw a homeless man selling coffee, Daniel saw a future cafe chain owner. While others saw a small street stand, he saw opportunity. People laughed. "Stay in your place," they said. But Daniel's thinking had changed. And when your thinking changes, your direction changes. He improved his coffee recipe, added pastries, saved profits, reinvested everything. Months passed. The small coffee stand became popular. Workers preferred Daniel's coffee over expensive brands. Why? Because he didn't just sell coffee. He sold belief, from street to success. 5 years later, that same street had a modern cafe called Big Think Coffee, founded by Daniel Carter. Glass doors, warm lighting, busy customers, and behind the counter stood Daniel. Clean suit, confident smile, strong eyes. One evening, he saw a homeless man sitting outside. Daniel walked over and sat beside him. He didn't give him money. He said softly, "Your situation is temporary, but your thinking is permanent. Change that, and everything changes." Powerful ending message. Daniel was never poor because he lacked money. He was poor because he lacked vision. The day he decided to think bigger than his circumstances started shrinking. Remember this: your current struggle is not your final identity. Your past does not control your future. If a man under a bridge can build a business empire, what excuse do you have? Think bigger than your fear. Think bigger than your pain. Think bigger than your background. Because the size of your thinking determines the size of your success. Don't beg for opportunities. Create them. Think big, and the world will adjust to your vision.